Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Painless Universal, a conversation with myself and Welsh. Today I'll be talking to Talal Al Rashed. He's from the Middle East, UAE, Kuwait, and we'll be talking about why he decided to go for what he loves. It's such a difficult decision to make, especially in challenging times, in circumstances where you're given all the great opportunity, but you decided to stick to what you love. His background, he went to University of Kuwait and he graduated as an accountant. And he went on to work for the Kuwait Fund for Economic Development, which is a non-profit organization that gives loan to the poor, especially and poor and developing countries. Through that mission, he went through Sierra Leone and he got to really relate to different parts of the world and understanding the value of compassion and empathy. He went on to join the Global Investment House, and that gave him the urge of desire of traveling to understand the bigger picture of why it's essential to see the world and see all the opportunities the world presents. But in that desire, he also found the need to also still go back and do what he truly loved. And that's where his brand started. He started his own brand, Contra, which is a brand of hospitality event planning. I want to understand, how do you find that passion in you to do what you love? It's very hard. It takes lots of courage, confidence, determination, focus, consistency. But he did it. Let's meet him and talk to Tala about him finding his passion and doing what he loves. Meet Talal. Hello everyone and welcome to Painless Universal, a conversation with myself and Welsh. I have the amazing Talal here with me.
Thank you.
I find your life inspiring because everyone thinks my conversation is all about pain, but my conversation is also about bringing joy, about people who live normal lives, but find joy in what they do. And what I found fascinating about you, Talal, is your life and how you said in your bio, when I read your bio, one of the key things you said is that I started doing what I love.
Yes, yes,
I
of
started,
course.
and that is just an amazing way of looking at life and looking at what you love. This conversation is all about inspiring people, not only to tell their inspirational story, but also about how they found joy doing what they love. Tala, could you tell us a bit about yourself? Who are you?
Well, some people call me social media influencer. Some people call me food critic. It depends, you know. And some people call me hospitality consultant. I consider myself a hospitality consultant and social media digital marketing expert because I started using social media intensively daily since 2012. And since that year until now, social media and digital marketing evolved immensely. And I'm happy that I was involved in that process, not because it's a good business now, but also because it's about people and it's about reaching out to people. And coming back to what you said, doing what I love, it has to do with people and a lot of people. I love meeting new people. And this is again why I went into hospitality. I shifted my career into because I love people. I love meeting new people and hearing about people and helping people. And when I say helping people, it's not about going to you know poor places, and you can help people around you. You can help your neighbor. You can help your community. It
Mm,
doesn't have to be that dramatic, but that too is important. But in my case, I really want to start with the community I live in,
mm.
and this is why I call myself social media expert and digital marketing expert, but also focusing on hospitality, hotels, restaurants, tourism destination. I do different things. You can't do one thing now. You have to be diverse in what you do.
But what's surprising is also your beginnings. You started off in the Kuwait funds for economic development. So through that, you really saw. You said you've actually been to Sierra Leone as well. How
Yes,
was
I'm
it
Australia.
when you did the economic funds and really, because that's really a good to give out and help other people. How was that working there?
You know what? This is the reason why I joined the Kuwait Fund the moment I graduated. Even though I've studied accounting in university and I could join a bank or an investment bank or very profit organization, I I said, let me work in a non-profit organization that represent my country in the best way possible. I love what I love about Kuwait most is that not only the people in Kuwait are well off, but also Kuwait made sure since the beginning, in 1990, 1961, when Kuwait Fund was established, that it shares its wealth with everyone and not just the Arab world. At the beginning, it was the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, but it was changed to Kuwait Fund for Economic Development because Kuwait immediately saw that why not help the entire world? Why do we have to limit ourselves to the region? And I just wanted to be part of that for a while, for a year or two. It was like going to military for my country. I didn't go to military because I'm one son. I don't have a brother, so I could avoid it. But I thought this was another way to serve my country and the world. Uh, even even though it was 2 years and a half, I felt it was enough. I had an idea on how they do it and the way they do it. And I got to go to Africa, which I love. I love Africa. The air in Africa is different. The energy is different. And I went to Sierra Leone, went to Djibouti, Ethiopia, a couple of countries. And I'm like, now I need to make profit so that I can help people actually, not be part of, of a non-profit organization. Now I have to go out there, learn how to make money so that I can help my community when I have enough money. Not that I have enough now, okay? But um, that was the thinking. And this is why I left Kuwait Fund. Kuwait Fund was amazing. I loved being there for 2 years and a half. Again, I've learned about those non-profit organizations and how they help the world. And I like the way they do it because there is a lot of control, there is a lot of monitoring, there is a lot. It's such a process. It's not easy with all those different governments and countries and parties involved.
No, no, I think that's a good starting too, because I think it gives you that basic of understanding human beings and the suffering around the world and how to actually, get there and help people. But you went on to Canada and you started now a business. You're saying to yourself, okay, I've learned the real world of understanding the compassion part of the world, but you wanted to go into real estate. What drove you to go, not only, go to another country as well, to go live there? What drove you to do that?
Well, I have to say I was fortunate, and I also don't want people to think that it's only about your luck. It's also my interest. Since I was in high school, I had interest, and I still have it, in learning languages. So the investor who hired me found out that I love the world, as I mentioned, and I love people, and I have no problem traveling and meeting new people and joining a new environment. And he said the fact that you're learning different languages show that you are willing to learn anything.
Mhm.
And I trust that if you go to Canada and run this project, you'll do well. And he was right. I went to Canada, and I established this company in order for me to run that project, which was a vacant land. And again, I always thought that this world is one, and wherever I go, if
Mhm.
I'm decent and respectful
Mhm.
and with good vibes, people will receive me well and and welcome me. And this is what happened. It was the first time I left Kuwait to work abroad. It was very far. It was very cold, but I had faith because I always believe that we are one. And I shouldn't listen to people in my country or anywhere in the world that those people are different, you're not going to enjoy, it's different culture, it's different religion, it's different. I've always had those, I was never convinced in those differences. And I've always seen what makes us, what's in common between us, not what makes us different. And that helped because people can feel it. When you go with that attitude anywhere, they feel it. That's why I enjoyed my life in Canada. I did well in the job, and I miss Canada actually. 2 years was not enough, but I had to just stay 2 years. This
Is
is
it is it hard deciding finally, you decided to say, okay, I want to do what I love. Was it hard making that decision? Because so many people are stuck doing things because either they're stuck for money reasons or they just don't know how to make change. One of the key words you always you use, and I love that, is that you started to do what you love and you started it through your brand. Why how did you find the passion in you to start doing what you love?
I want to answer your question. You know what? As much as I sound like easygoing and confident and do things, it was not easy for me to decide to leave the job because we are programmed that unless you have a job, unless you have a monthly salary, unless you have a job where you can climb the ladder and become a manager one day, you can't make it in life. Because then how can you take a loan and buy a house? Or how can you take a loan and buy a car? It's all connected. They make you think. And along the journey, I thought, I don't want a house. If this is gonna make me hostage to this job or this lifestyle, I'm gonna give up all these things.
Mm.
I don't want a car and I don't want a house and I don't want to stay in one country. I love Kuwait, but I knew that I want to leave.
Mm.
And I thought, okay, if the car comes, I'm happy. If it doesn't come, I don't care because I knew the value of trying different things. Life is short, and now we're in an age where I mean, except for 2020, it was so easy to travel. It was so easy
Yeah.
to change jobs. It was all about entrepreneurship. It's all about career change. And I wanted to take advantage of that
Mm.
phase that I'm like, I'm living in this phase, not the phase of my parents. So why should I live with like them? They belong to a different phase and they uh, went with the rules of that phase. And they regret it, by the way. I also could see the bitterness in my parents, and we all see that bitterness. But to them, they did it for us. We sacrificed, we had to work so that we give you a better life. And so to them, they see the cause. But I also saw that there is this sadness in them because they didn't do what they want, because they come from a phase where they had to marry earlier, they
Mm.
had to get jobs as the way we know it, which is going to work from 7 or 8 to 2 or 3 or
Yes.
4, it depends. And I'm like, now it's different phase. The time I'm living is different. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm not gonna waste this opportunity. And I did it. But it wasn't easy. I had to think a lot. Again, because we were programmed that how can you leave this job?
Mm.
Because of programming. So I'm going to be more structured in my answers. The second reason is that for some reason, I knew that I shouldn't go for the money
Mm.
because money can be a trap. I love money,
Mm.
but I felt for some reason, so I don't know, I'm wise because of my previous life. I don't know, I heard something from a movie because my first job was not in Kuwait Fund. I was accepted in a petrochemical company.
Mm.
The moment I graduated, they gave me the contract. The salary was huge for someone my age, not married, no children, no cost, because we live with our parents, so I didn't even have to pay rent. And I thought to myself, it's amazing opportunity. And everybody, of course, my friends were like, amazing, you're lucky. I would be happy if they give me this job and this salary. But I felt something wrong because I had a realization. I'm like, if they give you this much money, what are they taking? They must be taking something really valuable,
Mm.
really valuable. And I really I got terrified. I got scared when I saw the contract with that amount. I'm like, they will take my life. They will take my life. And then I said, no, thank you. And this is why I went to Kuwait Fund. The salary is not even half what I got in the petrochemical company, even less than half, maybe quarter. But I knew that once you start that much with
Mm.
that much salary, as you said, it's so hard to go back. You'll be stuck because
Yes.
you'll get used to this lifestyle and you'll be like, I just can't.
I can't.
And guess what, Anne? After 10 years, I swear, I met someone in Dubai from Kuwait, a lovely lady, one of my followers. She saw me and we said hello. And she said, oh, we follow you. I love your life. You're traveling. You're doing what you love. You're eating in restaurants. You change your career. And she wasn't very happy. She was a bit obese and
Mm.
she just had this gastro by what do you call it? Gastro
Yeah, the gastro bypass. Yeah.
yeah, the bypass. And
Mm.
she was just trying to seem happy. And she said, I want to do what you do. And she just started her social media account as a traveler, what I do. And then when I asked her, what is your job? What do you do in Kuwait? I swear. She said, I work in a very good company, huge salary, but I'm not happy. They took away my life. I gained so much weight. I was sick. And it was the same company
Oh.
that I got the offer from. So that was of course, along the journey, I was questioning myself, am I stupid to give up such salary? I had an opportunity to live a comfortable life. And
Mm.
that lady came to tell me, no, you're not stupid. I wish I were you. And look at me. I was sick. I was tired.
Mm,
I didn't look the way I want. As much as they're giving me money, I want to do what you do. And she even said it, but I can't give it up now. I'm used to big salary. I can't give it up. I'm like,
mm.
thank God I didn't do it because I'd be in her place now.
That's,
Possibly, not sure, but I'd
yeah.
be in her place.
But
So yeah,
that's
it's not easy. It's not easy. We're programmed to have jobs. We're programmed to go for the money. We're programmed. That's why to me, when I was younger, it was harder for me to go for what I love. But I always had it in the back of my mind. I was like, let me do this now, and then one day I'll be able to live abroad. One day I'll be able to study what I want. One day. So when the opportunity came, I saw it because
yeah.
I had that in the back of my mind. I
Wow.
just didn't jump on it immediately because you have to go through what life offers you at the beginning, but you don't have to be stuck to it.
Mm. You went into brands, and brand is a very hospitality events, social media. How do you tell what a good event is? As someone who's been to so many events, what makes a great event?
People, again, I'll go back. People, who do you invite? Honestly, it sounds a bit elitist and I don't know, but it's important
Mm,
to select who attend your event or the event you make, because it's not about the number of people, how many they are, and it's not about who they are. I mean, their names or their family, or the family that it's about who they are in terms of their life story, their attitude. That's why in my events, all the people I invite, I know personally. I don't do interview with them and then decide to
mm,
invite them or not. But I'm a sociable person, and as I've said, I've done so many jobs, so I know many circles. I have a circle from hospitality. I have circle from the other real estate job. I have a circle from school. I have a circle. So in the back of my mind, I always say, okay, next event, I'm gonna invite this. I know them all personally, so I know they're nice. I know they're humble. I know they are not awkward with people. They don't all have to be skilled with great interpersonal skill, but at least decent, humble, not about them. When they go to the event, they come for the joy of being with people, not to sell themselves or sell their businesses. I don't encourage giving business cards in my events. I don't encourage people talking about their businesses, trying to sell. Like, I could really, like, what would say, get angry at someone if he talks a lot about his business, but I wouldn't express it explicitly, but I like give them a hint that, guys, enjoy, please. You don't have to tell us about what you do. I can be that forward, because I don't think it's appropriate to talk about your business if nobody asked you, and if it's not in the context, within
yeah,
the context. And
that's
I make sure the table is diverse, different backgrounds, different nationalities, different jobs, uh, so that a conversation happened. And I noticed since 2015, I've been doing these dinners, that people leave grateful. And even the venue owners, the restaurant owners, or the hotel managers, at the beginning, they'd be, who are we going to invite? How we can capitalize? How can we make the ROI of why are we serving them food? Why? And then, because I'm really good in picking the guests, they say, don't worry, it's fine. They were amazing. We were happy to meet these people. We were happy to. I learned a lot, and in big cities like Dubai, and in a little bit conservative city like Kuwait, people don't meet each other easily. They have circles, or they're too busy. So what I did, the dinners I was doing, it was a necessity. There was a gap, and I kind of filled it. And
mm,
and this is why I kept doing it since 2015. I'm now being sponsored. I get paid for those dinners, but I always keep the main goal of those dinners in enjoyment, and exchanging knowledge, and exchanging information, and maybe potentially, I know some people dated because of my dinners. They started dating, which to me was so, I was so proud. And I know some people who did business together. I know some people who someone, her sister was with that person in school 20 years ago. Oh my God, you went, my sister, yes, we used to play together. This happened in front of my eyes, and I was like, it was like
amazing.
one of those shows that you bring lost siblings together. I was like, this is the point, bringing people together.
And what advice you have for anyone, because I think we've been through that brand journey. What advice would you give to someone looking to, you know, They because life now, especially with today's world, with so much going on today's world, this life presents us a on people not quite sure where they want this world, where this world is going. But what you've proven from you not taking that job in the petroleum company is that it's good to be grateful and humble within yourself. What advice would you give to others? Because I've just learned that from you, just listening to you. What advice would you give to people?
Stay honest to yourself and don't assume, don't make assumptions that unless I do this, I will lose. Unless I get this job, I won't have another chance. Unless I do what seems safe and what seems comfortable, I
Mm.
will suffer. And we all know many people who have seemingly comfortable, secure, safe jobs are miserable. A lot of them are miserable and they don't know what to do and they do crazy things to feel excited. They go to addictions and they become aggressive. And I always saw those examples in corporates and in banks. And if this manager who's rich with big salary is happy, why is he that nasty with his employees or with people? You can't be happy and nasty to people. You can't. If you're bad to people, you're miserable. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter how good you look. You look. And my advice is not to fall for the 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 uh, the society rules that every society have different rules and trends and don't fall for it. Go your way, but also if you want to go your way, you have to invest in yourself. You have to have enough skills, you have to have enough knowledge, you have to have enough education. I don't mean school and university, educating yourself.
Yes.
And then again, some people say, how, if I didn't get the chance to do those things, how? Educating yourself is, and investing in yourself and having skills is by simply doing what you love since you're young. Some people are more fortunate than others because their parents allowed them, but some others, their parents pressured them to do things that those parents thought will make the life of those kids better.
Mm.
They will get scholarship, they will get better jobs. And this is difficult. I can't talk about this. I was lucky. My parents did not limit me.
Yeah.
They allowed me. They were not ideal. They didn't do it on in purpose. They didn't know, but they just, because I was good in school, they're like, okay, he's good in school. Let him do whatever he wants. So I was reading the magazines I want. I got the gadgets I needed. I was allowed to go out because I was a good boy. I didn't make trouble. So I was like, okay, let him do whatever he wants. That helped, I have to say. So it's about doing what you love. So if you suddenly feel like learning piano, go learn piano. Don't think that, oh, this is not what this gonna give me. It will give you confidence that will make you learn something more important than piano. That's the market need. Okay, if you feel like traveling to one country for some reason, make sure you go. Don't say it's far. Why do I even want to go there? Let me go to London like everyone, or let me go to New York because everybody says. No, go, because there has to be something in you that is, that knows more than you do that you need to go to that country, and you never know who you're going to meet there. Your life partner, or you will meet a master that will teach you a very unique skill that you will use. Go for what you love and what you feel like doing, because we are more equipped than we think with tools that take us exactly to where we should be. But how many people listen to themselves? Very few, very few.
Tala, I have to just quickly ask you the final question is that in everything going on with the pandemic, events is changing, ways of communicating is changing. How do you see your event space, your brand company taking shape to adapt to this new world?
Well, I'm very happy. I can't say I'm happy this COVID happened. No, I'm just saying, because again, I see the glass half full all the time.
And
And
some, yeah.
yes, I've always wanted to turn the Contourage into an online publication and a platform where people go and read about a particular city and what's going on in that particular city and the area, the surrounding area. Because when I live in any city or when I travel to city, I look for the hidden gems
Mm.
and where local goes, not where tourists go.
Yeah.
and what's published in the magazines and in the or the tourism board of that city or that government, what they publish mostly. No, I look for the other side, the local stories, where locals go, where places that tourists don't can't even reach. This is what I look for, and now that's what I want to do, because now there are people stuck. There are many people. All of us are stuck in our cities or in particular cities. So thank God to social media and thank God to Zoom. I can reach out to anybody in Buenos Aires, for example, and say, can you go find out the best places to eat? And because nobody is traveling now, and I want to take those information and publish them in my publication, which is going to be the Contourage. It's like a magazine, online magazine, but my events are going to continue. We thought, okay, 2021 started, no matter how this thing go, the COVID and the pandemic, we're going to start. And we did the first Contrage dinner in Turkey, because now I moved to Turkey after Dubai, and it was last week, and it was a huge success. Yes, everybody kind of was taking care, but it's a big space. We opened the window, we were outside in the terrace, and many people were already tested before they come to the event. Some people already got the COVID, so they're unlikely to get it again, at least soon. You know, they say sometimes you can get it after a couple of months. I don't know. So next month also we have another the Contourage dinner here also in Turkey, and it's going to be a different theme, which is it's going to be around love because of the Valentine, and then on March is going to be about empowering women because Women Day is on March. So I'm taking the events into more purposeful causes, you know, not just gastronomic experience and social experience. Now every event is going to represent some cause or some business. This month was about real estate and hospitality. Next month is going to be about love and relationship, and then the month after is going to be women, and then April maybe we do some, I don't know, it depends. We still haven't thought about it, but I'm sure with what's going on now and the time that we have and the tools that we have, we can do a lot if we see, yeah, if we
Absolutely.
don't get stuck in the idea why I'm not traveling, why I'm not going to an office, where I'm not, yeah.
Honestly, you're really right. It's all about utilizing what we have. And yes, some people might see it as, oh my goodness, it's the glass is half empty, and I see it as half full as well. Uh,
I can tell, I can tell.
Carla, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you giving me this time to talk to you and understand more about your brand and how, you have transpired us into the meaning of loving what you do. And I really hope people take away that message from today. Thank you so much for your time.
Merci, and such a pleasure.
Thank you.